functions, right? So in the last class, we have seen ctype.h library in detail. We have seen many functions that are declared there. Using these functions, we can compare, manipulate, do some processing with characters, right? Now let's see how we can do all these things with strings. Okay, and the functions that are required to process strings are actually defined in many libraries. One of such library is this standard library .h. Okay, so it provides general utility functions that we can use for strings. To summarize, we have string to long conversion, string to unsigned long conversion, and string to double conversion is also there. Okay, so let's see how these functions will work. Right. So these are the three functions: string to double, string to long, string to unsigned long. Okay. Now, if you have noticed that the first function, string to double, take two arguments. Okay. So first argument is actually the constant one. Okay. It is the string on which we have to do the processing. And there is this second pointer to the pointer, which actually represent the string that we get from the first string. So we will see the with the example, then things will clear. In string to long and string to unsigned long, we have these two arguments. Along with this, we also have the base argument, because depending upon the base, the conversion will be done. Okay, so let's see these functions in detail. So string to double converts a sequence of characters representing floating point value to double. Okay, if you see any floating point value in the string, then it will convert those value to double. Okay, if the function is not able to convert it into double, it will return 0, right? And so we are giving two arguments. One is the character pointer and one is the character double pointer, right? So the string argument contains the character of sequence that need to be converted. Okay, this argument contains the string. It is pointing to the string that we need to convert to double, right? And the second argument will actually represent the modified string. Okay, it will point to the location of first character after the conversion portion of the string, right? So let's see the example. Now suppose we are having this constant char string, and this is our string, right? Now we would like to convert this 51.2, which is a floating value. Okay, it is right now inside the string, so it is considered as a string by the program. We have to convert this sequence of digits into double, right? So for that we have to declare a variable, because when this thing is get converted, then we have to store this value into some double variable, declare a double variable. Then we are having this pointer to string pointer. Okay, we will create this pointer to string pointer, and then we will call string to double function along with the string. Okay, so this is our string, and we have to pass another pointer. We have to pass another pointer. Please please remember my words. We are passing a pointer here. Now what happened when this conversion is done? So you can see the output. Actually this printf is simple printf. It will actually print the string. Okay, so the string, this is converted. Okay, now let's see the next line, the second printf function, double value. Then there is this. Okay, now we are taking this value from D. Okay, this value is coming from D, and you can see after this function execute, D contain 51.20. Okay, and the string, now string pointer is pointing to the remaining string. Okay, so what happened actually is this: there is this string which is pointing to this. Okay, string is a pointer, it is pointing to this string. We make another pointer, string pointer, right? When we call this function, it will convert this entire string into two parts. One part is 51.2, okay, and the second part is percent are admitted, right? Now this 51.2 will go to D, and string pointer will point to this location. Are you following me? Yes, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you repeat the last point again?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
now this is string. Okay, string is pointing to this sequence of character. When
Yes,
we
ma'am.
call this function string to double, okay, what it will do, it will divide this string into two parts. The first part is the double value, okay, which is 51.2, and the second part is the string value. Okay, so what string to double will is actually doing, it is converting only the sequence of number into double format. Okay, and that too if they are coming in the beginning of the string, right? If you write something like that a b c, then there is 123.0 xyz, then there will be no conversion. What this function will do, this function will start searching for a sequence of number. If it does not find sequence of number, this string pointer will return to this location that the numbers, this cannot be converted, and the value of d becomes 0. Okay, if it find number, if this is the string 123.0 xyz, then what this function will do, this function will put 123.0 into d, and string pointer will point to this location, the first character of the remaining string. Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the required format is this. Okay, we are having this string, we are passing this string to the pointer. Now this is a double pointer because we are actually passing a pointer here. How we can pass the pointer itself? Okay, so we will pass the address of that pointer. Okay, so we are actually making a pointer to string pointer. Okay, so when this function will get called, suppose there is this end pointer, so end ptr will point to string pointer. Okay, therefore we need to send the address of this pointer. Okay, so this is first function. Now let's see the second function, string to long. Right, so string to long is exactly same as we have seen to string to double. The only difference is it has now three arguments, right? So first two arguments are exactly same. It also returns 0 if it is unable to convert, right? Now let's see what the third argument is doing. So the third argument is actually base argument, right? So what is base? Base tell us, the third argument tell us that the value to be converted is in which base, whether it is a octal, it is a decimal or hexadecimal, in which format, right? Or any other format. So if you write 0, okay, if we write 0, then what we are saying is that the value to be converted is in octal or decimal or hexadecimal, because 0 is a part of all these three formats. Okay, so you can specify any base, any particular base that you want. from 0 from 2 to any 2 to 36 actually. Okay, this could be the possible base. Okay, all right. Now I hope the base concept is clear to you, right? Like hexadecimal digits 0 to 9 and A to F. Okay, hexadecimal means base 16. If there is base 11, then we have 0 to 9 these characters, and we have A character also, right? So 10 plus A. So this becomes 11 digits. If we have 24 base, then 0 to 9 and A to N, right? So 10 plus 12. This becomes 24 digits. 10 plus 20, 14. This becomes 24 digits, right? So you can go till base 36, because maximum 36 base digits are possible. A to Z, these are 26 characters and 10 digits. Okay, so in the third argument you can give any value from 2 to 36, or you can give 0 to specify that, convert it in either octal, decimal or hexadecimal. Okay, so let's see the program. So now we are, this string is pointing to this string. Okay, we again make one pointer. Now we have to make a long variable. We call this function. As soon as this function is called with 0 argument, what will happen? String will still pointing to this line. Okay, so first we will print this line. The original string is a string. Okay, this line will get printed. Okay, so this will print minus 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 A B C. Okay, in the second line we are printing x. Now what is x? So when this function will get called, the value of x becomes minus 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, this is a um, long, so this is a signed number, therefore the minus will become intact. And the remainder pointer, okay, the remainder string will become ABC. Okay, so remainder pointer will point to ABC. Now we are performing one more operation here. The converted value, okay, plus 567. So what we are doing is x plus 567. So the value of x is this. If we add 567 to this, what is the answer? This is the answer. Okay, so with this line we can show that actually x has the numeric value that on which arithmetic operations could be performed. Okay, so these are the output: original value, value of x, value of remainder pointer, and value of the arithmetic operation. Any question in this?
Ma'am, we write 0 for conversion to decimal, octal and hex. So how does it know to which it has to convert?
So actually depending upon the number, it will convert. Okay, so by default it will convert in decimal. If there is no decimal number written there, then it will convert to hexa. So if you see this number contains digits till 7. Okay, so this number is same for octal and decimal, right? So depending upon that, it will do the conversion.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, now string to unsigned long. Okay, so again everything is same. Okay, the only difference is now you have to take the variable as unsigned long end. So now the sign information is not stored. Okay, and rest all the things are same. Right? So this is the positive number. Even if you write a minus sign, okay, then it will not. It will actually ignore it because it is a unsigned long end. Okay. So these are the three functions that are there in stdlib.h. So see, whenever you are using this, you have to include this library. Whenever you are using string conversion functions, string to double, string to long, string to unsigned long, you have to remember to include stdlib.h. Okay. Now let's see our standard input output library. There are many functions inside stdio.h as well, which are related to strings. Okay, which through which we can do some operations. I mean printing and taking input output in different formats using the um, for the strings actually, right? So there are two functions that we have very frequently, every day we are looking at those functions which are there in stdio.h. What are those functions?
Main function.
Main is not inside stdio.h.
Printf scanf.
Printf and scanf, right? Standard input output. Printf and scanf. We always include stdio.h, and we have seen two functions of this. Now let's see more functions, right? Now there is this function inside this library known as getChar. What getChar is doing? It input the next character from the standard input and return it as an integer. Okay. So when you are expecting one character at a time, okay, you can do it using getChar. Okay, it will get a character, it will take input one character, right? There is another function called fgetS. Now what fgetS is doing? It inputs character from a specified stream into the array, okay, until a new line or end of file character is encountered. So here you have to define the stream, from which stream I have to take the input. So it is not necessary. So getChar is taking input from standard input output. I mean from the keyboard, from the screen, right? But if you want the input from some other streams, from some file, from some array or something like that, then in that case you can use fgetS and you can specify that stream from which you have to take the input. Okay, and it will keep on taking the input until unless a new line or end of file character is encountered, right? Or n minus 1 bytes has been read. Okay, so in this there are three arguments. How many bytes you have to read? Okay, so you have to specify that as a second argument, and then you have to specify the stream from which you have to read. Okay, so whatever will be earlier, if the new line came or end of file came, or the desired bytes has been taken, it will stop. Okay, and why n minus 1 byte? Because in the last byte it will put that null character. Okay, right. Now putchar. So getChar and putchar are a little bit opposite of each other. It will actually print the character stored in C and return it as an integer. It will take input as a character, it will actually put the character on the screen. Okay, then we have putS. So in the programs that I am showing you, you have sometimes encountered putS. So what putS is doing, it will also print the screen string on the screen along followed by the new line. Okay, so when we write printf, we have to write /n to go into the new line, but when you write something in putS, automatically it is followed by a new line character. Okay, then we have sprintf and scanf. Okay, so instead of printf and scanf, we also have scanf and sprintf. Now what these two are doing is this: it is equivalent to printf, except the output is stored in the array s. Okay, in case of printf, whatever we print, it will get printed on the screen. But if you don't want to print on the screen, you want it to print it somewhere else in the array actually, okay, then we have to use sprintf. It will print the output into S array. Similarly, S Scanf will take the input not from the keyboard but from the S array. Okay, so now let's see these functions in detail. So now let's talk about fgetS and putchar. Okay, so fgetS read character from standard input into the first argument, an array of character until a new line and end line end of file indicator encounter. Okay, and the maximum number of characters should be one less than the specified n value, which is in the second argument of fgetS. Now the third argument is the stream argument from which we read the character. Okay. So if we use stdin, then it will read from the standard input stream, that is from the keyboard. Okay. And in the end, this character will get appended. Putchar will just put the or print the character on the screen. Okay, so now let's make use of these two functions fgetS and putchar and make a recursive function called reverse, which will actually reverse the string given to it. Okay, so let's see these functions, and we will also see use of fgetS and putchar. Okay, so now stdio.h, because these are the functions of this library only, we are making a function reverse which will actually reverse whatever is printing on the screen. Okay, and for that we have make this pointer, constant pointer to a character constant. So both the things are constant, means reverse function is neither manipulating the pointer nor it manipulating the actual character string. Okay, so now we are having this array sentence. We will say enter a line of text using puts. Okay, so when we write enter a line of text, see what happened. Enter a line of text and automatically the next printing will is from next line. Why? Because puts is automatically insert a new line in the text, right? Now we are calling fgetS. Now we are taking input using fgetS function instead of scanf and anything else, right? So in this, what we are mentioning, we will mention array name. So whatever input come will store inside this array. Then we mention the size. Okay, so the size is required so that user will be limit by, or user will be bound by a certain size which he has to insert. And then since we are mentioning stdin, that is standard input stream, so we will take input from the keyboard. Okay, if we are having input from file, so we will see in file handling, instead of std standard input, we can write a file stream. Okay, so the reading will be done from a file rather than the screen. Then again we will write puts. Okay, so let's see. So the user typed this characters and string. This is the thing that is typed by the user. Okay, then again we will put the line printed backward is, so it is puts, therefore a new line is there. Okay, after this there is a new line automatically. After this, what we are doing is we are calling reverse function and we are passing this sentence. Okay, now let's see what reverse function is doing. So reverse is a recursive function. What it is doing, it is saying that if you encounter a null character, just return. Okay, so now let me draw something for you. So we are having a sentence. Okay, what is the value of the sentence? So sentence is an array. Okay, what is the value of sentence? Character and strings. I am writing it here. Okay, This is what's stored in a sentence. Now we are passing this sentence as an argument in reverse, and here we are having SPTR. Okay, so SPTR will actually now points to this thing. Okay, this character. All right. So we are here. Now let's see what we are doing. What we are saying is, if this value is null, a null character, okay, SPTR 0 is null character, then return. Otherwise, what you have to do is you have to call this recursive function again, the reverse function again, and you have to pass address of SPTR1. Okay. So what will get passed? Actually, this will get passed. This address will get passed. Okay. So for the next iteration of this reverse function, the value of SPTR0 is this. Are you getting my point? Okay, because it is a fresh copy. Okay, and we are passing address of this location, right? So the second, so this is the first iteration. In the
मैम
second
एक
it,
बार फिर से एक्सप्लेन कर दो.
okay, so I am explaining it again and again. Okay, it will be same, right? So for second iteration, this is the case. Now what second iteration will do? Same thing. Okay, now let's see what happened. Again we will see that, okay, so SPTR value is null. No, it is not null. Then what to do? Okay, then call the reverse function again, but this time send the value of SPTR1. Okay, so now the value of SPTR1 will become this. Okay, so this is the third iteration. This is the third iteration. Okay, so when the third copy of reverse will made, okay, oh, what is the variable there? What is the local variable for the third iteration? Again, it is having SPTR, but here SPTR is actually pointing to, is actually pointing to
2 means
2,
second character.
second of first actually, right? So for this it becomes this. Okay, this will become SPTR 0, right? Again we check the same thing and we keep on doing this thing. So let me just show you for smaller strings. Okay, we will keep on doing these things. So 4 5 6 7 8 9, and this is the 10th call maybe, right? Now when there is a 10th call, what it will do, you remember at the end there is this null character, right? So what happened when this will call the s pointer again with the first argument, right? With this, the 11th version of this function will actually have a null character. Okay, so this is the 11th iteration and it encountered this null character. So the function will return from here. Once the function will return, the control will go to this statement, the 10th call. What 10th call will do? 10th call will execute this line now, put char, and it will put char SPTR0. So for 10th call, SPTR0 is S. So it will print S. And the control will return to 9th call. In the 9th call, again we print this. For 9th call, SPTR0 is R. So it will print R. Then E, then T, then C, then A, then R, then A, then H, and then C. Okay, and in this way we can reverse the string, right? So I will share this program with you over Classroom, and then you can have a look. This is a very nice program. It has the concept of string and recursion as well. Okay, so if you pay attention, look it carefully, definitely you will get this program. This is a very, very nice and important program actually. Okay, any question? Okay, so with the help of this program, we have seen the use of fgetS, Okay, so we are passing sentence and we have not assigned anything to the sentence, because fget is automatically assign whatever user input into the sentence array. Okay, so this is one thing that I have to make it clear here. And then put char is just printing the character on the screen. Okay, now let's see another functions, get char and puts, right? So I think puts is clear. It will just put a new line at the end and print everything. Now what get char is doing, get char will read the character from standard input output stream, right? Let's see the example of this. Now again we are having a function program. Here we are having a sentence array again. We have put s. Okay. Now what we are saying is this. While now instead of using fget s, which will directly put entire thing into the array, we are taking one character one by one. We are taking the character from you know the user, and we are putting it into the array. Okay, this is what we are doing. So we will start our while loop with size n minus 1. Okay, and we will say that you have to we'll run this loop until user press enter. Okay, and we are calling get char function. So as soon as we call this get char function, user will prompt for input. Okay, thus the program stops once the user enters something, then the program start again the next execution, right? So here we prompt user to enter a character. As soon as user enter one character, it will get assigned to C. Okay, and then what we are assigning, we are doing putting C into the sentence array. Again we run the loop. Okay, and we will keep on doing this until unless user press enter or the new line character, or we reach the size, the number of characters that we want to take input, right? And in the end we will put a null character in the sentence, right? And then we will put the value of the sentence. So this is the output. Enter a line of text. So user print t. Okay, so get char t will be there. Then in sentence array, first t is assigned, only t. Okay, then user enter h, then h is assigned. User enter I, s space is I, s space a, so on so forth. Okay, so one by one that function will get called. Okay, and the value will get assigned to the sentence array. Are you following me here? Yes, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I recommend that you actually make this program and see what will happen. Okay, all right, now let's talk about sprintf and S Scanf. So sprintf and S Scanf, what it will do is this. So we will see it from this program. We are again having a array, say S. Okay, character array S of size 80. Okay, so we are having S80 array character type, and we have two variables. Int one, X is int, and Y is double. Okay, now let's see what happened. We will call puts. Puts will print this line on the screen, and there is a new line. Okay, then we do scanf. In the scanf, we will take two numbers from the user. One should be the integer and other should be the double value. Okay, so now we have these two values with us, integer value and double value. Okay, fine. Now what we are doing is we are calling sprintf function. So sprintf will require three arguments. Okay, so first you have to give this array name, because the printing is not done on the screen, the printing is done in the array. right? So we have to mention the array name. So S is the array. Now see what we are writing. We have to mention what you have to write inside this array. Okay. So in S array, what we are writing? We are writing integer, colon. Then there is a format specifier, %6d. Okay, and the value is taken from X. Okay. So suppose user enter 10. What happened? There will be 6 spaces. 1, 2. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. This is how the things will get stored in the array. I am telling you. Okay. Then there is a new line. Okay. So new line will get stored in the array. Then there is this double. Okay. So I'm writing it now here. Then double will get stored in the array. Then there is a colon. Then there is 8 spaces. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And suppose user enter 45.50. Okay. So 45.50. Okay. Because 2 decimal, up to 2 decimal is there. So this is how things will get stored. This dash will not there, but they are in a particular format. Okay. And all these things will get stored into S. Okay. So S is a array which is now pointing to this. Nothing will get printed on the screen. Are you getting my point? Yes, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Then we call our normal printf function, which will actually print on the screen. And what we are printing now, we are printing this S. Okay. So the formatted output stored in the array S is, and we are printing the value of this S. So this is the output. Suppose user entered 298 and 87.375, right? So this is the value of S. This is the S. So S printf is used to print something inside the array. Okay. Now let's talk about S scanf. S scanf is used to take input from the array. Okay. So suppose the array value is this. Now the S, we define the value 31298 87.375. Right. Again, we are having these two variables. Now instead of S printf, what we are doing, we are calling S scanf. Okay. Now user will not prompt here for anything. What S scanf will do, it will take input from S. So it will read this S array, whatever. So we have to take a integer value X. So it will take the integer value X. As soon as it will encounter a space character, okay, it will break there. Then there is this next value long, the double value that will get stored into Y automatically. Okay. No, nothing is asked from the user. And when we print value of X and Y, we actually get these values. Okay. So we are scanning through array rather than from the user. Okay. These are sprintf and scanf functions. Any question? So are you actually able to see the use of these functions? Do you think these functions are required?
Ma'am, this will not print on the main screen.
Printf,
As
printf will print on the main screen. Scanf, though, in any case, it will not print, right? Scanf is not printing. Scanf is for taking the input from user, not for printing. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Now let's talk about some other functions, string manipulation functions. Okay, and in particular, we will see string copy and string concatenation here. Okay, copying strings and concatenation strings. We will also see how we can compare two strings, how we can search strings for the characters, how we can tokenize strings. So all these functions that are specifically related to manipulation of a string are mentioned in string.h library. Okay, so this is again a standard library, string handling library called string.h, which provide copying, concatenating, comparing, searching, tokenizing the strings and all, right? Even determining the length of the strings as well. So let's see string copy and string concatenating function. String copy is used to copy a string. S2 will get copied to S1. Okay, this is very simple. There is another variation of this string n copy, where we need to give size also. So what it will do, it will copy n characters from S2 to S1. It will not copy the entire S2 in S1. It will just copy n characters from S2 to S1. Okay, so the final value in string copy is returned with S1. Here also, the final value is of the first character. So second argument will get copied to first argument. This is the thing that you have to remember. Don't get confused in this. Okay. String concatenation will also work in the same way. It will append second string to the first string and return the first string. String n concatenation is also same. It will copy S2, concatenate S2 to S1. It will append n characters from S2 to S1 and return S1. Okay, so everything will happen in this manner, right? Since these are strings, you have to take care that the null character should be maintained. So when string copy is there, so let's see the example actually. Yes, so here is the example. We are having three things here. We are having an x is happy birthday to you. We are having y and z, right? So now let's say print all this thing. The string in array x is x, so we are printing the value of x. What will get printed with this line? What will get printed with this line? Yes,
Happy birthday to you.
happy birthday to you, right? Okay, then what we are doing, we are saying the string in y is, and we are calling this function string copy y comma x. Now whatever is written in the x will get copied to y. Okay, so the same thing will get printed again, entire thing will get copied, right? Now in string n copy, what we are doing, we are mentioning the size. So we are saying in z, copy whatever there in the x, but please maintain this size. Okay, size 2 minus 1. What is size 2? Size 2 is 15. That is, you have to copy only 14 characters, because 1 you have to reserve for null character. Okay, and please remember, in string n copy, you have to explicitly mention this terminating character. Okay, because it will copy only till n character. Either you give that n character in the manner that it will actually copy the null character of the string. Okay, but if you give the length shorter, then you have to explicitly write the null character, otherwise you will get an error. Okay, so what will get copied in this now? Only till 14 characters, right? So I think only happy birthday will get copied. These are the 14 characters. Okay. Yes. There are few things that you have to note here. I think it is written somewhere. Yes, the function s string n copy does not necessarily copy terminating null character of its second argument, right? Because maybe we will say that just copy two characters. So what it will do, so suppose one string is hello, one string is world. Okay, so this is suppose s1, this is suppose s2, and we will say just copy two characters. So what it will do, it will copy, so in s1 will become hello w0, right? So there is the null character here, right? And there is this null character here also. So with this copy function, what it will do, it will replace this null character with the first character of second string. Okay, so this will get replaced and w will come in place of that. Since we are saying that just copy two words, it will just copy w and o and stop. You have to explicitly copy that null character. Okay, because now this is a new string and it does not have null character. If a string does not have null character, then there is an error. Okay, so in string n copy, you have to keep in mind. In string copy, no issues. What it will do, if you call string copy, it will copy hello. It will replace the first null character of s1 and then copy entire s2 along with this null character. Okay, so automatically s1 will get its null character. Am I clear here? Are you understanding what is the point I would like to make with string and copy? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So not appending a terminating null character to the first argument in string copy, when you are copying lesser number of characters, then you will get an error. Either copy more characters or append the null character. Okay, now let's see concatenation. So it will do append. Okay, it will do append. Actually, the example that I have shown you is for string cat only. Okay, this is not for copy. This is for string cat and string and cat. Copy will entirely copy the things. Okay. All right. So let's see the example of concatenation. Yes. So S1 is happy here, S2 is new here, and S3 is nothing. Okay, this is empty. So now what we are copying is what we are concatenating. We are concatenating S1 with S2. Okay. So first, whatever written in the S1 will come. So happy will come. Then there is a space also. So that space will also come. And then we have to write the second string, that is new year. Okay, and now this will become the new S1. Right? Null character is in place. Okay. If we write n, then the characters that we have mentioned only that many characters will get concatenate. So we are saying S3, comma S1 and 6. What is S3? S3 is nothing. Okay. And we have to copy 6 characters from S1. Okay. So happy will get copied along with the space. Not with the space, with the null character actually. Okay. So yes, this happy will get copied. If we concatenate S3 with S1 again, what happened? S3 is now pointing to happy, and then S1 is Happy New Year. Okay, so entire this thing will get copied. Any question?